Guys, I was gifted this dehumidifier by the brand. And first off, before we get into any actual functions of it, it does, it's a pretty good looking unit. I know I've had some growing up that are kind of like this off beige and they don't look very good sitting around. This one really does look pretty good. If we're just talking about like actual simple features, this one is on wheels, so it's not like you have to pick it up to move it wherever. Obviously, you have to be within a distance of an outlet or an extension cord, but it's really quite easy to roll and move, which is really nice. So it does have, you can look on the top, little handles for grabbing around and kind of moving it around. On that back side, if we're just going to continue talking, a couple things. Obviously, the tank is down here. Tank, you can see, and I'll try and show you. It's got two little hand grooves on either side. So when you get done, your tank gets full. You just take it. It's really easy. It just pops right out. Tank itself, really simple. Look at that. It comes with a little handle, so you're not kind of struggling to get this to the sink or the drain or wherever you're going to empty that. So that's really a nice feature as well. And then it slides back in as long as I can get the cord out of the way. Other things to point out, and you can see it's got this little red meter here. So if you're just walking by and you don't get a chance, but that'll tell you the water level your dehumidifier's at. You can see the little red bulb that'll rise with the water. So that's another really nice feature. And then again, once you pop that out, get this over to you can dump it down the sink. Heck, you can dump it outside on plants, wherever. You can just over like that and it'll just come out here. If you get it over too much, it will come out these little holes here, kind of an overflow spot, but it is meant to come out there. So again, pops back on, really simple. Again, I'm just gonna keep that out of the way and it just slides back in super easy when you're ready. To the actual features of the actual dehumidifier, actually set them on the back, I better not forget. It does have this little screen / air filter here. That you can see another little hand spot right there. That just pops out really easy. So every couple weeks, whatever, it gets dust, it gets lint, it gets things like that in it. It's really easy to pop off and clean. And then it just right back on like that. So it's really easy to clean the filter on that. So if we come to the top of the unit here, the dehumidifier, you can see we have all sorts of different settings. So I'm just going to turn it on. And right away, you can see it on the front and you can see it on the top. This will be your humidity level. And you can see another couple things along the side. I actually have the child lock on right now. You can see that little lock next to it. I like that we have kids that are busy around the house, and honestly, I don't really want them messing with this. So it's really simple. You just touch this child lock button for about 5 seconds or so, and you'll hear a beep. Right now, there's no little lock on the side, so it's not locked. If you wanted to engage the lock again, it's just right on there, and you're gonna go. They do recommend running it on this dry mode for the first 12 or so hours. 24 hours, excuse me. There, and that's honestly what we have written, what we have going on here. You can see the little t-shirt with it going through. When you're on this mode, you can't decide, you can't increase or decrease your humidity level. That has to be done from a couple other modes. So we're kind of working our way back towards that one. You can see we have kind of a sleep mode, and all that does is it kind of turns off your display. The only things that'll go on with that right now are like your water level and things like that. You can push that again. You can see it'll light up. If you see the little Z's with the moon there, you know you're still in sleep mode. You just push it until it goes away. There is a timer mode as well, so you can run it for a certain amount of time, hours. If you touch that, and that's where our increase and decrease buttons are going to go. So if I only wanted to run this, I'm going to be gone for a few hours, and I just like the humidifier running when I'm not gone, you could set it for that, and then you'd be good to go there. You can see it went away. A couple of distinctions with it. Since it's running right now, if you push the timer button, you can set it to turn off in however long you set. So if 2 hours, it'll turn off in 2 hours. If I turn the whole unit off, give it a second, and then we hit the timer button, and I go to that same 2, it's the same thing. It will start now in 2 hours. So that timer feature is really nice. I'm going to turn it back on and get it running again. But you can see we have several other things that we can mess with. We have again, here's your increase and decrease. If you're on the correct mode, you can choose your humidity level that you're wanting to take care of. Right now, we're on the dry mode. Here's our fan speed button. So if I go to just that dehumid mode. You can see that first, that's like the normal you would for like a room, something like that. Now I can actually use the decrease and the increase button to decide what level I want that to be at. So I can mess with that. It goes by 5s. You can see it either on the front or again on the top. I'm just going to leave it at 30, which is what it was at. That's one of the modes you can be in to determine your humidity level with that increase or decrease. Okay, so since we're in normal mode, again, this is where you see this fan speed button right here. It's got like a little fans, like the blades and things like that. If you press that, you can see it on the sides. There are 2 levels. There's low and there's high. So you can see the high has more fan blades, so it'll work a little bit harder. That fan will actually go a little bit harder. You can actually hear the difference, right? So if I go down here, give it a second to catch up. Yep, you can almost hear it kind of slow down. And then if you go here and give it a quick second, you'll hear it, yep, right there, you'll hear it kind of start to pick up again. It is not like an annoyingly loud sound. It's just like a background hum, almost like some white noise you'd have on in the background. So it is not something that's going to like a dishwasher when it runs, you can't hear what's going on. When this humidifier runs, again, just a low level hum, some background like white noise. It's not a big. If we come back over, again, a few more things on the dehumid mode. This is normal. This will run until you reached whatever you set your humidity level at. So for us, it's 30. If you go here, this one is continuous. So this one will run no matter what. Right? So even if you get below that 30%, whatever you set yours at, it's just going to keep running. And then the last one is strong. You can see it with the 3 little drops all right by each other. So it's just going to run really hard until you get to that 30%. Okay, so that will turn off. So that middle one, if we go back to that continuous one, that's, and I'll get to this feature in a minute. If you decide you have a really humid spot and you want to hook this thing up, this little tube up, you can hook this up and it'll drain right into a drain or wherever you got going on. That's where the continuous would be really nice, and you don't have to come in and empty that container. All right. So it does come with a couple of these tubes here. So if you want to run this thing continuously and you don't want to have to keep emptying the container in the back, so we're going to pop this out. I have this tube here, guys. You want to run this thing continuously. It comes with 2 of them, and you can see it here kind of between our filter here and then our tank. There's just this little opening in the circle here. Your tube just inserts in there and you can almost feel a little resistance, and you just give it a little push. Once it's in, you're good. Oh, I didn't get that. There, now I can feel it. So now you give it a little tug, a little pull. You notice it's not coming out. That's how you know your line is secure. Then you could take this other end. You got a drain somewhere right by my kid's dirty sock. That would just leak right out of here into your drain, and you wouldn't even have to worry about emptying this particular tube. Overall, it's a nice little dehumidifier unit. I mean, it's pretty slick looking. It's pretty sleek looking. It's not gonna be an eyesore in your room. It appears to run really well. And we just hope this was helpful.